Namaste. So in this first lesson, we're going to go through our Aruna Surya Namaskar. Aruna Surya Namaskar is one of the first variation of Surya Namaskars in our modern Hatha Yoga, or the physical aspect of yoga we practice these days. Aruna literally translates as the red, so the Surya is the sun and Namaskar is the saluting. So creating or invoking that warm, that pranic, that life force from within, and invoking that solar energy and in tuning ourselves with our solar system, the solar energy, the sunlight that brings life, that brings creation, all the manifestation. And so the Aruna Surya Namaskar is really to enhance the vital, the energy flow right through our body. It's sort of also we can use it as our warm-up practice or a primary sort of warm-up practice in whenever we're following more advanced Hatha Yoga practices, postures or KRIYAs. It has a very simple steps of our 9 postures, and then we go through 5 different variations in this series, from very beginners to our Paripurna variations. So this is kind of also quite physically, if you think this practice really helps to empower and strengthen your muscles, your arms, really great practice for your backbone, gives a nice intense massage through your abdominal and your pelvic muscles. Also helps improving our cardiovascular or the blood circulation, really good for our heart. People who are looking to work on their weight management can really help, and then to raise, to enhance, to increase the vital energy, the vital forces. It's a great practice. So we're going to following our Aruna Surya Namaskar. So here the first 3 rounds as the beginner's practice, the Sapurna practice. If you like, keeping your palms facing to the front, standing up in Samistati or equal balanced on both your feet. And then when you're ready, breathe in, gently raise your arms in a big circle over your head. Anjali Mudra, look up, and then breathe out, fold forward. Nice and flat back. You can slightly bend your knees if you need to. Breathing in, look up, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. And then step your right and then left leg into Samtula, and then lower down into Chaturanga. Breathe in, press up and through into Kokila. Breathe out, up into Meru, mountain, and then Mukha Bhastrika, here hissing or throwing, expelling the breath out through the mouth, and always breathing in through the nostrils. Lovely. When you're ready, step forward. Then right, and then left leg. Legs straight. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathing in, raise your arms in a big circle. Reach up to Anjali Mudra, look up, and then release. Open your arms in a big circle, bursting open into the light, hands to heart. Second time when you're ready, breathing in, arms down and open up in a big energy circle. The sun is fair. Breathe out, fold forward, Hasta Pada. Breathe in, halfway up, Ardha Uttana, and then step your right and left leg, Samtula. As you're breathing out, keep following into Chaturanga. Breathe in, press up and through into Kokila. Breathe out into Meru. Again, Mukha Bhastrika. When you're ready, step forward. Legs straight, breathing out, fold forward, head to the knees. Breathing in, raise your arms in a big circle all the way up into Anjali Mudra, and then release. Open your arms in a big circle. Let's do one more if you're ready. Breathing in, arms down, Anjali Mudra. Breathing out, folding forward, Hasta Pada. Breathing in, halfway up, and then stepping back into Samtula, and then straight into Chaturanga. Balancing on your toes and your arms, open up into Kokila, up into Meru. Mukha Bhastrika. And then step forward when you're ready with nice and flat back, chin up, and breathe out, fold forward, head to the knees. Breathe in, raise your arms up into Anjali Mudra, and then release, bursting open into light. Release your arms down, standing into Samsthiti, palms facing to the front, allowing yourself to be exposed to the light, to the heat, to the prana, and relax, scanning up and down through your body. So your KRIYA goes into our category in Hatha Yoga, Spanda, your action, doing. And now it's time to go into Nispanda, relaxation, allowing your body to process the benefits of your practice. So just a quick demonstration really for people who got a little bit of issues with their back or maybe the core strength. Then as we're moving into the plank and then lowering down into Chaturanga and coming through Kokila, there might be a little bit of difficulty there. So we're going to just do one more demonstration where we have the knees and the body resting down and then moving through. Also, as you're moving forward into the fold forward, or when you're moving up from Hastapada to Anjali Mudra, to support your lower back, you might just want to slightly bend your knees and then float up. So we will do another round just to kind of see some options here. When you're ready, breathe out. Breathing in, raise your arms up into Anjali Mudra. And as you're folding forward, slightly bending your knees to support your back, to reach your hands to the floor. And then you can try to stretch your legs as straight as possible. Breathe out, taking your head down to the knees into Hastapada. And then coming back up and then stepping back into Samtulasana. And then slowly lowering down where you let go, allow your whole body to come down to the floor. Keep your toes tucked underneath to keep us into Kokila. And then breathe in, press up and through to move up into Kokila. Here, thighs still on the floor to give you support. If you feel strong, maybe gradually you can try to lift your legs off the floor too. Great, then moving up into Meru or mountain. Aiming to get our feet or heels on the floor if possible, but some of you might have heels slightly up, that's fine. And as and when you need, as Deepika is demonstrating, you can just do a bit of paddling of your knees, your ankle joints to gradually bring that extra loosening up, flexibility. And Mukha, so where you're breathing in through the nostrils and then hissing or blasting your breath out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, stepping forward. Breathing out, fold forward, Hastapada. And then again, bending our knees to just gently support our back to reach back up into Anjali Mudra. And then release, open your arms in a big circle. Lovely, relax. So now we're moving into our second step or the second variation, which takes us from Sapurna into our Apurna variation, where we're going to, instead of stepping back, we're going to jump back and also adding our back bend into Anjali Mudra. So breathe out when you're ready. Breathing in, reach your arms up into Anjali Mudra. Back bend. Breathe out, fold forward, again nice and flat back if possible. You can slightly ease your knees if you need to. Hastapada, breathe in, Ardha Utthana. And then jumping back, floating into Samtula, moving straight through into Chaturanga, breathe in up into Kokila, out into Meru, and then Mukha. When you're ready, step or jump forward, legs straight, breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, up into Anjali Mudra. Again, beautiful back bend as far as you can go. And then burst open into light, opening your heart, opening your solar plexus. Take a moment. When you're ready, breathe out for second round. And then breathe in, reach your arms up into Anjali Mudra, back bend. Breathe out, fold forward, Hastapada. Breathe in, halfway up, Ardha Utthana. Step or jump back into Samtula, Chaturanga, breathe in, press through and up into Kokila. Out into Meru, Mukha. And then step or jump forward, legs straight, breathe out, fold forward, Hastapada. Breathe in, arms up in a big circle, Anjali Mudra. back bend, and then release. Again, take a moment, just few conscious breaths. Spanda, doing your best and leaving the rest, allowing your body to process the work. And then third round. When you're ready, breathe in, reach your arms in a big circle, Anjali Mudra, back bend. Breathing out, fold forward, Hasta Pada. Breathe in, Ardha Uttan. Step or jump into Samtula. Lowering down, Chaturanga. Breathe in, Kokila. Breathing out, Meru, and then Mukhavastarika. Step or jump forward. When you're ready, breathing out, fold forward. Breathing in, Anjali Mudra. Back bend, and then release. Again, release your arms, palms to the front, relax or rest into Samistati. Okay, here we just quickly demonstrate or see the difference between our Kokila, the nightingale, and the Bhujangasana, the cobra. So in Kokila, when you're ready, gently letting your spine, your back to lunge, and still you can see your whole body floating up, your toes tucked underneath your heels on the floor, and then arms straight under your shoulders. Okay, you can release, relax. So that is our Kokila, nightingale posture. Then we move into Bhujangasana, please. So in Bhujangasana, you got your toes and tucked your legs all the way up to your thighs or the hip bones on the floor. Your chest, your shoulders wide open. So that this is our Bhujangasana or the cobra posture. Thank you. So following further from our second and third, our Apurna and Sapurna variation of Aruna Surya Namaskar. Now we're going to move into our third step, our Purna variation. So in this one, when we stepping or jumping back into Samtulasana, we're going to take our legs slightly wider open and then following the rest into Kokila and then Chaturanga. So you can sort of take your feet at the end, both hands of yoga mat, or maybe slightly further wider if you feel safe. So take your arms down into Samistati, your palms facing to the front. Then breathe out. Breathing in, gently raise your arms up over your head, Anjali Mudra, back bend. And then breathe out, fold forward, palms to the front or maybe to the side, nice and flat back. Head to the knees, Hasta Pada. Breathe in halfway up, look forward, flat back. And then step or jump back with feet, your legs wide open. From Chaturanga, lower down on your arms, coming down into Chaturanga. Breathe in, press through and up into Kokila. Breathing out, returning back up into, as you're moving into mountain, stepping, jumping your feet back. And then Mukhavastarika, in through the nostrils and hissing or blasting your breath out. After 5-6 rounds, stepping or jumping forward. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway forward, and then breathe out, fold down, head to the knees. Breathing in, gently raise your arms in a big circle over your head, Anjali Mudra. Back bend and then release, bursting open into the light, into the energy. Take your hands to your heart. You can take a breath or two here if you need to. Just let your heart, your breathing to return back to the natural rhythm. Second round, breathe out. Breathe in, arms down and open up into a big circle, Anjali Mudra, back bend. Breathing out, fold forward, Hasta Pada, nice flat back. Breathing in, halfway up, look forward, and then step or jump back. Lowering down, Chaturanga, breathe in, press up into Kokila. Breathing out, stepping or jumping into Meruvasana. Mukhavastarika. And then stepping or jumping forward. Legs straight, Ardha Uttan. Breathe out, fold forward, Hasta Pada. Breathe in, reach up into Anjali Mudra, back bend. Bursting open into light or energy to release. And again, you can take a breath or two just to give yourself a little time to process your practice, your sadhana. Okay, breathe out, third round. Breathe in Anjali Mudra, back bend. Breathing out, fold forward, Hasta Pada. Breathe in halfway up, Ardha Uttan. Step or jump back with legs, your feet wide open, lowering down Chaturanga. Breathe in into Kokila, out into Meru. Mukha Vastrika. Stepping or jumping forward when you're ready. Legs straight. Breathe out. Fold forward. Head to the knees. Hasta Pada. Breathing in. Raise your arms up over your head in a big circle into Anjali Mudra. Back bend and then release. Bursting open into light. Step back. Couple of steps back from your practice space. Your palms facing to the front. Moving into Nispanda, where you let go, relax, release, and scan up and down through your body. Be aware to your breath, all the changes, the transformation your body, your breath and your mind goes through. So moving through our Aruna Surya Namaskar, the fourth variation, the fourth step into Aruna Surya Namaskar, when you feel strong with your core, your back, also with your knees, your ankle joints and the muscles through your arms and your shoulders. When we stepping or jumping back, the last variation into our Aruna Surya Namaskar, you gradually, either once you reach into Samtulasana or the plank, you unroll and allow your feet, your toes to be untucked as you're moving into Kokila. Or we can also jump straight with our feet, our toes untucked. So we'll do both steps in 2 rounds, and then third round you can choose the way you like. Breathe out, breathing in, reach your arms up into Anjali Mudra. Nice strong back bend as far as you can go, and then breathing out, fold forward, taking your head, your chest all the way forward towards your thighs, in towards your feet. Breathing in halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, nice flat back, and then stepping or jumping back. Now as you're reaching down to Chaturanga, gently let your feet, your toes untuck, and then reach or lift up into Kokila here. You can see this is balance on your arms and back of or front of your toes, your feet. Rest of your body is floating upright. Gently allow your feet to unroll so you can reach back, float back up into Mervasana. Take few breaths here. You might feel that you just want to rest in your posture now instead of going through Mukha Vastrika. If you still feel there is lots of heavy stagnant energy, then doing Mukha Vastrika. Again, jumping forward, coming into Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up within breath, and then breathing out, folding forward. Breathing in, reaching your arms up into Anjali Mudra, back bend, and then bursting open into light to release. Beautiful. Second time, breathing in, arms up into a big circle, raising that sun, the solar energy, back bend, breathing out, fold forward, Hasta Pada. Breathe in halfway up, Ardha Uttan. Step or jump back. Beautiful. Toes untucked, moving up into Kokila. If you like, breathing in gently, arms down, reaching up into Anjali Mudra and back bend. Breathing out, fold forward. Breathing in halfway up, Ardha Uttan. Out, step or jump, choosing the variation untucked toes, press up and move into Kokila. And then gently unroll to come up into Mervasana. Take few conscious breaths. And when you're ready, stepping or jumping forward, legs straight, chin up, breathe out, fold forward, Hasta Pada. Breathing in, raise your arms in a big circle over your head into Anjali Mudra, back bend, and then releasing and bursting open into light, into energy, hands to your heart. Again, step back and relax into Samistati, your palms facing down. Ideally, if you have opportunity, then our chest, our palms, our face, our head facing to the sun, to the light. And just allowing your body to relax, going back into the Nispanda and scanning up and down through your body. Really being aware to especially changes through your cardiovascular, your circulatory, your blood circulation, your breathing, a bit of massage, a bit of power into your solar plexus, also a bit of work on your back, your spine and your legs. So moving through our Aruna Surya Namaskar in this step-by-step manner we're going through. Our fifth and last variation we have is the same Aruna Surya Namaskar, all the steps we follow, but we follow it in our Vriksasana or the tree, where you have your one foot up against on top of your opposite thigh. And this is quite a beautiful practice actually in one of the Naga traditions, where the rishis or these great yogis, sadhus, they take this extreme of yoga sadhana or the spiritual practices where they hold one posture for quite a while, quite long. And Vriksasana is one of the typical mudra, Vriksha mudra, the energy gesture they use quite often for 6 months or sometime. I've met with someone actually staying in this posture for nearly 14 or 15 years now so far. So then they actually still follow the Aruna Surya Namaskar but with that mudra. So we're going to do that, and I guess it's much easier if I can get my foot up into the proper Vriksha mudra. If it's here, then it's a little bit more difficult as your leg and your hip, your knee is not really that engaged. So I'm going to do with the right leg first. So if I take my left foot up against my right thigh, so coming up into my Vriksasana variation with arms to side, and then breathe out. Breathing in, raising the arms up over my head into Anjali Mudra. A little back bend if you want to try. Just quite careful. And then breathing out with nice and flat back again, folding forward. If I need, I can slightly bend that knee. And then reaching down all the way. Hands to the floor, head over to the knee. Now breathing in halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Slightly I need to bend my knee here and then jumping back. So coming into Samtulasana. Lowering down into Chaturanga and then breathing up into Kokila, out. Jumping forward one step into Mervasana. Holding there for a few breaths just to scan up and down. Our Mervasana allows the energy to flow freely upwards towards our heart and our crown. And then jumping forward. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. Breathing out, fold down, head over the knee. And then, so Utthita Janusesasana here, breathing in. Gently unfold to reach your arms over your head, Anjali Mudra. And then bursting open to release or to relax into the light. Easing the foot and then changing the side. So taking the right foot up against the left thigh. Breathe out. When I'm ready, breathing in Anjali Mudra. And then breathing out, folding forward. Utthita Janusesasana. Breathing in Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. And then jumping into Samtulasana. Lowering down. Chaturanga. Kokila. Breathing out up into Mervasana. Couple of conscious breaths. And then jumping forward. Ardha Uttanasana and then breathing out, fold forward. Hastapada. Breathing in. Reaching up into Anjali Mudra. Oops. Back bend and then release. Relaxing into Samistati for a moment. In this manner we can do again sort of the practices of most Surya Namaskars. We follow them in sets of 3 to really bring that creative or the manifestive benefits, the force of our practice. So let's second round, second time. So beginning with the right leg. So taking my left foot up. Breathe out. In Anjali Mudra. Breathing out, folding forward. Breathing in halfway up. And then jumping back, lowering down. Chaturanga. Into Kokila. Out. Mervasana. Few breaths. And then jumping forward. Like straight Ardha Utthana. Breathing out, fold forward. Breathing in, reach your arms up. And a big circle. Anjali Mudra, and then releasing, bursting open into light. Easing our foot, our leg. Switching the side, balancing on the left foot, right leg up. Breathe out. In Anjali Mudra. Out, folding forward. Utthita Sirsasana. In halfway up, Ardha Utthana. Moving into Samtulasana. Lowering down, Chaturanga. Kokila. Mervasana. And then jumping forward, Ardha Utthana. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathing in, reaching up into Anjali Mudra. And then release. And relax. Again, just take a moment, few conscious breaths. Let's do our third round, third time. Balancing on the right foot, take your left leg up. Breathe out. In Anjali Mudra. Out, fold forward. In halfway up. And then jumping into Samtula, lowering down Chaturanga. Kokila. Meru. Few breaths. And then jumping forward. Ardha Utthana. Fold forward. In Anjali Mudra. And then release. And then relax. In, gently float up, Anjali Mudra. And release. Following onto our left leg, so balancing on the left foot, right leg up into Vriksha Mudra. Breathe out. In Anjali Mudra. Out, folding forward, Utthita Sirsasana. Breathing halfway up, look forward, jumping into Samtula. Chaturanga, breathing Kokila. Breathing out, Mervasana. Few breaths. And then jumping forward, legs straight, breathe out, fall down, and breathe in. Anjali Mudra, and then release. And then step back, stepping out from your place, moving into Nispanda and relax. Breathing in and out, deep and conscious. Scanning up and down through our body just to see all the inner responses.